Welcome back, everyone, to a special episode of Sunday Sips Podcast.
Sunday Sips.
I'm your host, Kyle Lucas. That's your other host,
Nick Woodard.
Nick J. Woodard in flesh. This is our happy hour, our little 10 to 15 minute, sometimes 20-minute, depends on, how much we ramble on. Little sidecast. As you notice, we're back remote, not with each other. There's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, it's midweek.
Yep.
Number two, we're both kind of sick.
And number three, there's some emergency circumstances.
There's some.
I texted you earlier today, and I was like, "Hey, man, we gotta find time to record something." This, excuse me, for context for anyone watching, this is going to be kind of like you said, our sidecast, our whatever we want to throw out there that's not straight up beer reviews. I think it's going to be called Sunday Sips Happy Hour. If it's going to a new brewery and showing you guys some video from that, if it's maybe unboxing some stuff that we may or may not have gotten from a super cool partner, just anything that's not our standard Sunday Sips, we're going to call it the Sunday Sips Happy Hour. It's not going to be super consistent. It's not going to be consistent in the way that we do weekly episodes of Sunday Sips. It'll be whenever the content calls for it, we'll break out some Sunday Sips Happy Hour. So with that, this is the Sunday Sips Happy Hour.
Maybe, like you said, maybe it's like news that we feel deemed worthy, to share with everyone, whether it be for our podcast or for other stuff going on. As everyone may know, our home brewery, our home base, Sierra Nevada, repping it right here. If you don't know it, like I said in the last pod, you're living under a rock. They kind of slapped us with a hard post on Instagram today
on St. Patrick's Day, no less.
Yeah, and an email, and it brought some heavy words, some thank yous, some goodbye type stuff. And half of it was kind of not surprising. Half of it was definitely surprising.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you drop the bomb. As you're the aficionado.
So I'm going to start with what they posted on Instagram. And then they've added a little bit more context when they emailed past participants shortly thereafter. Right. So they posted today, again, St. Patrick's Day, huge drinking holiday, at least in the culture of my people, the Irish. So just super interesting that they would do it today. But they said, we are constantly evaluating the best ways to bring meaningful beer events to our fans. As a result, we've made the difficult decision to take a break from our beer camp and Oktoberfest events in Chico this year. We know this may be tough news. These festivals have been tradition for many in our community, and we want to give a huge thank you for all the years of support. And the future is bright. We're brewing up new event ideas for Chico, and we can't wait to share what's next. Stay tuned. So this is interesting because the way they've phrased all of this, it makes it seem like they're just taking a break this year. That
they specifically said this year.
That's what they said on Instagram. But when you pop on over to the email, it's a different tone.
Mm-hmm.
We're reaching out because in recent years you attended Oktoberfest or beer camp or both. We've made the difficult decision not to host these particular events moving forward. That sounds much more definitive.
Yeah, they also give a little reason, right?
And they said rising production costs, declining ticket sales, and unpredictable weather are key factors that led us to this crossroads. They said, but the horizon is bright. In the spirit of keeping things fresh and innovative, we're exploring new beer events for Sierra Nevada and Chico. We can't wait to share them with you. Stay tuned for more news in the coming months. I work in marketing. I work in communications. This is a classic. We're trying to do the bad news sandwich. We're going to hit you with some good words. We're going to give you the sad news, but we're going to hit you with some more good words. This is trying to soften the blow. But for a community that enjoys craft beer and enjoys Sierra Nevada in particular as much as Chico and really tons of surrounding areas. People flock to Oktoberfest events every single year for Sierra Nevada. Not as much beer camp. Beer camp was kind of the redheaded stepchild. Still fun, in my opinion, but it never got as much love as Oktoberfest. But I mean, just looking at the comments, like everyone, I think it hundreds of comments at this point, literally heartbroken. This is giving big
Rough.
Southwest Airlines energy. Oh,
Yeah, dude.
someone else said, "This is my 9/11."
It's rough. I swapped through those Insta comments, and I was like, man, that's when I sent you back the text. I was like, people are gonna riot.
Yeah,
People might riot.
we might
Like
riot.
you said,
I mean, we've been going
dude,
every single year, COVID notwithstanding, when they didn't have it. But we've been going every single year since like 2016 or 2017, one of those two.
Yeah.
It's a tradition. It's one of those things, and people said this very much in the comments. Like, this has yearly been an event for friends to come together to have reunions, for maybe people who spent time in Chico, left Chico, but found a way to come back every year for Oktoberfest to hang out with each other, to see each other, and they're not going to get that. Like, it's crushing, man. I mean, just for that fact alone, but also for the idea that it's a really, really, really fun time. Like, it's every single year. It's been a blast. You know, the live music, the pretzels.
We look forward to it every year.
Oh yeah. We dress. Well, most of us dress up. You know, it's become a thing where it's not just friends now. It's family. My parents have gone the last couple of years. They've had a blast. Like, it really has been a special thing in fall for people of Chico, people outside of Chico. It's been this kind of huge, impactful event, and it's just gone.
I realize, like you said, like I know people personally that come from like SoCal, like San Diego.
Oh yeah.
Every year. I know people that come from Vegas every year. I know specifically two people that come from like Denver, Colorado every year just to go to Oktoberfest. And then even closer, like the Bay Area, people come up no problem. They come up to do Oktoberfest. Beer camp, as you know, I'm a little less. Last year I went with you and Danny, and we had a great time.
We had a good time. Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah.
But it just, the only thing typically that I had wrong with beer camp was just the lack of shade and that it was too hot. I'm a big boy. I get overheated.
I'm a big boy.
Other than that, I mean, like the events are great. The activities are cool and everything like that. Oktoberfest, you get a little bit more into the colder side, right where the colder weather starts. Yeah. And I like that one better, but that one also holds traditionally a little bit more in my heart.
Yeah.
I still am sad to see both go.
Yeah.
I was reading that email and they said, rising costs is one thing. Ticket sales drowning out is another, and they throw in weather, and I just don't see the weather being a reason. Like, people are going to come rain or shine. So people are going to be there.
I think about that, and historically, I think they've done pretty well weather-wise.
I mean, raining a little bit.
The last 2 years, I think there was a Friday, one of the Fridays, both years, that either got significant rain or even got rained out. So I guess that could be part of it, but I don't know. That's tough.
Well, also it might not even be the Oktoberfest they're talking about, because last year's beer camp got rained out.
Right, that's true.
So never mind. I take that slight back. Nevertheless, it feels a little dramatic.
It does.
It does.
And when you pair it with another thing that Sierra Nevada recently, let's call it, retired, it starts to give you a little bit of pause, because we talked about this on a previous podcast. I think you're drinking right now an Alpha Hop Society beer.
All
By
right.
the way, I'm drinking an Old Chico. Uh,
Cheers, buddy.
cheers, guy. Felt appropriate,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, they sunsetted the Alpha Hops Society, which was their exclusive beer club, and we know for sure. We don't know for sure, but we're pretty certain that that obviously did not make money for them. But in the same vein as Oktoberfest, it was a huge community satisfier. And the overall brewery economy is hurting right now. We're seeing breweries of smaller size, close down across the country, um, which is tough. But I wouldn't think that Sierra Nevada is in that same conversation. I mean, they do really, really, really well. Like they're one of the
Yeah.
biggest selling craft breweries in the entire country. To think that they don't have the funds or the resources to continue doing something like Alpha Hops or to continue doing something like Oktoberfest is a little concerning. Um,
Yeah.
there's been some comments on Instagram, and this is getting really into the speculation, but is there a sale of Sierra Nevada coming? Which I personally, I would have the hardest time in the world believing that. I mean,
Yeah.
literally on their every single bottle they have, the tagline is "family fought, wait, family owned and argued over."
Get over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you. I was actually looking. I was like, I don't think Old Chico has it,
Mhm.
but
Yeah. Family owned and argued over.
like
Uh,
it's they take the Grossmans take incredible pride in keeping this largely in the family. Ken
yeah.
is no longer the CEO. He was interim CEO as recently as 2024, while they search for a new CEO after the previous one retired. But he's still a chairman on the board for Sierra Nevada and still has very significant influence over what the brewery does moving forward. I cannot think that he would be on board with selling out and selling to, because in my mind, the only realistic entity that Sierra Nevada could sell to would be a
Yeah.
conglomerate like an Anheuser-Busch
And
or,
that's scary.
and
That's so
that
scary.
is super scary.
That's
That
like
is
Disney going to, or that's like Disney buying Star Wars.
that is goodbye seasonal beers, goodbye taproom
Yeah.
specials. We're gonna streamline pale ale and hazy little thing. And look, I love
Yeah.
those beers, but
Yeah.
when
Get
a
ready for,
conglomerate buys something out, what they want to do is skinny up everything and try and maximize profits, which
yeah,
I think that would be devastating.
get
Um,
ready for, the Acolyte season of Sierra Nevada.
oh,
Streaming
oh
on Disney
man.
Plus.
So I mean,
Streaming on Anheuser Busch.
I don't want us to get into the conspiracy theories of it all, but it is something that has been floating around, especially in the comments. And it's the internet. People are going to say stuff. I would have a very hard time believing it. And what I want to believe in my heart of hearts is that everything they're telling us is true in the sense that they've got something coming. As long as we're patient, there's something coming down the pipeline. They said that about Alpha Hops. They said they're retooling. They're trying to introduce something new. They're targeting late 2025, and they're going to let us know. So
Yeah.
we just got to be patient about that. And in the email and on Instagram, they said they've got, they said the horizon is bright. We're exploring new beer events. We can't wait to share them with you. I can't imagine what beer event would top Oktoberfest.
Or at least just live up to.
100%.
I was thinking about it all day. There's zero. There's none. At least the first couple of years. Even if they make a good size beer event that, I mean, people will buy tickets for.
Yeah.
And I don't even if it is as good as like Oktoberfest for the first couple of years, people are going to be like, why not just Oktoberfest?
Yeah.
My big questions are, with the alpha hops thing, like, is it going to be as inclusive? Are they going to start, retooling that kind of idea? Because alpha hops is kind of like something for the people that really want to get in with Sierra Nevada and
Right.
have that exclusivity.
Right.
And then Oktoberfest is for, just for everyone, just for
Right.
legitimately everyone.
Right. Come one, come all. More the merrier. Yeah.
People go to Sierra Nevada people go to Oktoberfest and beer camp that their favorite beer is Bud Light. They don't care. They don't care.
I mean,
people
look,
and
case in point, Yaz last year, Yaz the last couple of years, Danny the last couple of years, like not beer drinkers, had a fantastic time regardless. Like it is an all-inclusive kind of event, especially with the rise of their NA options. They've made sure that there's something for everybody.
And we've explored on the podcast.
Absolutely.
I just don't see, because I go to Oktoberfest not because of Sierra Nevada. I go for like my friends, and it's a good event to hang around for. I buy the alpha hops for the Sierra Nevada, for the innovation. You know what I mean?
Right.
My biggest concern is Oktoberfest, the beer, like that collaboration beer, is that just over? Are they going to still release it?
Oh God, people would really riot in the streets if they just killed the beer too.
They might.
Oh man,
they might. They didn't really clarify that in either message.
No, they did not. I would, if this gets to some Sierra Nevada executive, we'd love to talk to them. We'd love to do an episode of Sunday Sips Happy Hour where we bring them on and we talk about what's going on and what the future looks like for, beer events and those kinds of things in the community. For now, if we really just experienced our last Oktoberfest at Sierra Nevada, we went out on a high note. I mean, we had, some amazing memories over the years in total. Like really, really fun times. I mean, from, the Stein holding contests to screaming Sweet Caroline as loud as we possibly could, standing on tables. I mean, to you going on your on your fast before your first one.
Oh man, that was rough.
and watching you cry as you ate the dinner there because you hadn't eaten anything but bread for what was it, a week or 3 days or?
No, it was 4 days, 4 or 3 days, something like that, where I had 2 slices of bread and just water every day.
Oh man!
And I paced them out. I had like a slice of bread in the morning and a slice of bread, and this wasn't like that Dave's Killer bread. It was like Wonder Bread.
Not like just some all-time incredible memories. So much fun. Like it was, I would say, a pretty monumental event that we had in our 20s on a yearly basis. Like it was that kind of thing for us, that we, organized entire weekends out of it. People came up, they stayed at the house. We packed an entire experience around Oktoberfest. And we're not going to get to do that anymore, which is like a huge, huge bummer.
For sure.
But I mean, I think, I don't think there's much else to say. I think at this point, if we hear any updates, we'll pop back on and talk about it. But for now, I mean, unfortunately, we have to leave you guys with really devastating news for local craft beer fans and local Oktoberfest partiers.
Yeah, it really is just like that just all together kind of feeling where it's like alpha hops and then beer camp and Oktoberfest. If these were staggered cancellations, it would soften the blow, and be just a little less worrisome. You know what I mean?
No, it definitely
But
we're getting a lot more questions than we have answers right now, and that's a little unnerving, as possibly
it's
one of the biggest Sierra Nevada fans in town. I mean,
you know what it feels like, and I was thinking about this earlier, but it's just as a final thought, it really feels like I'm watching a TV program, and I love this TV program, and the TV cuts out to that, just like, we'll be right, having technical, like, be right back.
Yeah.
And it's like,
so what's going on?
what?
What?
Yeah, and there's just no information.
You can't just leave us like that. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I do think we had to. I mean, we've talked about Sierra Nevada pretty much every single week for 25 episodes straight. I mean, we say it so much; it's our North Star. So with news like this, I feel like we had to come on and talk about it. So, thanks for indulging us if you're watching. And
let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think. Is this as big of a deal as it is to us, as it is to you? I mean, is this? I'm curious to hear from the locals, the Chico folks, the people who are used to this being a staple of falls in Chico. Like, how upset are you? Or is this turning you off to Sierra Nevada? It's probably not, but I think one of the Instagram comments that I saw really said it best. Like, hey man, like, this is a bummer, but as long as you guys keep making great beer, like, I'm sure we'll get past it.
The bottom line is the beer. As long as our favorite beers keep coming out,
Yeah, 100%.
It's gonna be. It's not a misstep until that happens. Correct. Then it's 100%. Actual. Then it's actual.
Once the quality takes, if the quality takes a dip, then we get our pitchforks. Gosh darn it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just something we're gonna have to bear and see. Just wait and see. Yeah. And honestly, just be grateful that we still have beer cranking out that we can buy. Just be grateful for what we have.
True.
Leave us some comments. Let us know if we're underplaying it, underselling it, or if we're being very dramatic about it. Let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also let us know in the comments what you think about our happy hour, about this format. Again, it's going to be sporadic. It's not going to be as on a schedule at all. It's going to be a lot of this impromptu stuff, and then especially when we have a couple more like trips planned out, really in the warmer weather, Nick and I like to go. We'll
go hit a few patios. Trips. Yeah. Absolutely.
So don't worry. You'll catch us on the weekly episode, and then you'll get a little bit of this sprinkled in with it.
Yeah, definitely.
So until then, enjoy yourselves. Like and subscribe. Like I said, don't forget. You crack one for us, we'll crack one for you. See you next time.
Cheers.
On a Sunday afternoon, with our glasses in our hands,
sorry.
The hops and barley bloom in a land of craft and cans. Every sip, a story shared. Review and taste we dare with our Sunday sips. Sunday sips, every for a trip. From citrus zest to dark night, we unravel flavors lore. Mosaic dreams take flight of IPAs, and we adore. Raise a toast to what's new here in the world of craft beer with Sunday sips. Sunday sips, every for a trip with our Sunday sips. Each note we hear as we sip and cheer craft beer's near. Sunday's treasure's clear without Sunday sips. Sunday sips, every pour a drip. Little Sunday.